I was putting my children to bed by praying the office with them, and then I was contemplating about my Muslim friends and the concern that they have, which is how to understand the Trinity. This is also an item that the Christian can go on prayer with, but the Muslim, by reflecting on this, will only gain a better understanding of themselves. So the immediate context is, does the world, does creation have a beginning or not? Is it eternal? If creation is eternal, there's no beginning, then you can have a single divine being who acts throughout all of time, and it creates time on the principle of contingency. However, if time has a beginning, as the Muslim asserts, and I dare say most Christians will also assert that God created time with the world, that God has to exist before time, and before time, God did nothing. But spiritual beings, whenever we act, meaning if we have a motion of intellect, if we focus on something or we create something in our mind to reflect on, we have the intellect, the memory, and the will. So the will drives the intellect to act, but the intellect will pull from the memory and operate on items that exist within the memory. This takes time for any creature that's bound by time. But even the agency of a spiritual being, such as angels and demons, they would still require the aspect of time, insofar as they move through time. Their acts of intellect, when they focus on something or will something, happens within time. But God is not limited by time, so if it can't be an element within the mind, well, how can this be? We are the image of God, so in a similar fashion, the way the image in a mirror is without intellect in any sense, we are in a lesser sense with intellect, memory, and will than God himself. And the way that God exceeds us is that his intellect is in person, his will is in person, his memory is in person. And by being a person, you exist by being in essence. And the essence is what binds. In the same way the essence of the mind binds our intellect, memory, and will, and the intellect, memory, and will are not separated from the mind in any way. So too the Father is like the memory, and the Holy Spirit the will, and the Son the intellect, that is tied in the Godhead, and their essence is the divine being, but three persons.